Evening, chaps. Good evening, everyone. Hello there. How is it going? I'll tell you what, I'm raged tonight. I'm raged. The reason I've done this is because I've just sat down to film the BBC Spews for Sunday. And let me tell you, I was full of furious anger, to quote Samuel L. Jackson. Here I am, Glenn, Kate, you're always here, Liam, a smile a day, Jeff. I've got plenty of regulars now, haven't I? It's weird, you know. I noticed when I started looking at some of the people I watch myself. Like when I watch Posey Parker, who I told you guys, she's my favourite militant feminist. There's quite a few I watch. Chris Thrall, Sargon, obviously. But a lot of the smaller ones, I actually get a decent amount of live viewers when I'm doing a live stream. Obviously, that proves that no matter how many sets of testicles YouTube weigh the scales down with, it's still a bit of a meritocracy, because I might not have many subscribers because I don't show my videos to anybody. You know, the algorithm basically, the reason some of these big lefty ones have so many subscribers is because they know what shit we like and they show you shit to other people. Man, they don't show it to people. People who are like centrist, centre-right, conservatives, libertarian types, if they see man, I'd obviously have a lot more subs, wouldn't I? But they're just not showing it to anyone. And I think the fact I get so many people tipping up for my live stream sort of shows that I'm slightly better at talking nonsense in front of a camera than a lot of people are. Hey ho, not the end of the world. But thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Like I said, if there was nobody here, what would be the point in talking? So, turn it up a bit. Oh yeah, hang on. My bad. I was filming and I put it down for, there you go, how's that? When I film, I put the volume right down because apparently it makes the sound quality better. Yeah, apologise if that was a bit quiet. Yeah, Ragnar doing my job for me. Smash the like button, folks. Give a share if you can be arsed. And then I'll get into the furious rage because I was raged when I read this tonight. Seriously though, it's not an act. Some of it is an act, and I'm playing up to a bit of a character because I'm the angry Bootneck. But seriously, this enraged me. I'm gonna have to repeat myself a little bit when I'm when you watch the BBC Spews, because it enraged me so much when I was filming it. I had to cut some of it out. I started talking about drowning people in buckets of piss and things that you really can't say in public. So I had to delete it all. Yeah, good old Paz. See, if it wasn't for people like Paz and Rotten Politics and other people spreading it, I don't think anybody would be watching my stuff. And I'm not bad at it, am I? But seriously, I was raged. So, the reason this infuriated me so much, this story, is first of all because I absolutely despise the BBC. That's the whole reason I started YouTube, really. Like my first proper channel, my first proper series on YouTube was The Shite You See on the BBC. I hate the BBC. Yeah, Chris, he's a good lad. I hate the BBC. The BBC, again, a lot of this is comedy value, but I'm telling you guys seriously, I fundamentally believe that it is morally justified and moral to crusade against the BBC. Hello everyone, all right, all the new people who just joined up. YouTube recommended you. See, that must be before I enraged them. I'm on the shit list now. It's moral and right to criticise the BBC regularly and often. It's moral and right to not pay your TV licence. If you want to do it legit as you can, don't watch TV. Don't watch TV. Don't plug it in. When I lived in York, I didn't have one. I still haven't got one. Don't plug it in. I'm not telling you to break the law. Don't watch live TV. You don't need to watch live TV in this day and age. You don't need to. And to make sure you're covered, you just don't plug it in. Don't tune it to any live TV. Don't buy an aerial. Don't put it anywhere near. Put it on the opposite wall of the TV aerial, because I've heard horror stories of them turning up round your house with the coppers and then just plugging their own cable in and seeing if it like tunes into anything on your TV and going, aha, you've been watching TV but hiding the aerial. Don't put it anywhere near the aerial. Don't plug it into anything. Just do not pay the license fee. I know sometimes kid, but seriously, the BBC is toxic. Any middle of the road, remotely impartial observer must surely see this. The Chinese and our foreign powers are clearly got a finger in the cookie jar at the BBC. Everything they write is hostile to British culture, British values, British patriotism, conserving that which makes us English. Like I said, that's why I'm a socially liberal, Thatcherite libertarian / conservative. I'm not a proper conservative. I'm nowhere near as conservative as Peter Hitchens. I'm socially liberal. I don't care about boozing, gambling, shagging, drinking, fucking gays, prozzies, any of the fun stuff that makes life worth living. I don't care about that. I'm more of a Thatcherite than a conservative. She wasn't a real proper conservative, but I lean conservative because I fundamentally believe that we've stumbled almost accidentally onto a system that works. Our sort of constitutional monarchy with rules and regulations that bind us to make us have a cohesive, happy community. I just think back to my childhood and I think that's when it was good. And the instant scornful nonsense. Yes, Glenn, I'm okay with gambling gay prozzies. Yeah, the lot. Gay prozzies can gamble, all the like. But the cynical leftists instantly go, oh, it's only because it was more white. It wasn't that white when I grew up. The 80s, the 90s, wasn't that white. There was plenty of black and brown people in my school. The working class people welcomed those people in and made them fit in and make them feel valued and made them contribute to society because we embraced them and said, just be like us. And like I said, my best friend in primary school was Indian. Now he probably talks just like me. I haven't seen him for years. Talks like me, supports the borough, drinks like me, eats like me, fights like me, whatever. He's from Middlesbrough. It used to work. It only went tits up when Blair came in and we started letting in fucking millions of people. So it went from you need to fit in and you need to learn language and the culture to just fuck it. Just make your own little ghetto in the middle of nowhere and maybe be a communist. Maybe do that. Maybe tear down everything about Britain that made it British and embrace this scary ideology that has produced mountains of fucking skulls everywhere that's ever been tried. Maybe just do that. Maybe practice this awful version of French. I always blame the French, I've told you guys. It's the French. I used to listen to my dad's alternate history because he sort of tells jokes and some of the shit he makes up. He said that, for example, one I always remember, he told me that the prince that abdicated, what was his name? Who buggered off to America. Oh, God, and I know that as well. That's common sense British history. Yeah, well, I do know it. Anyway, he told me that he ran away to America to live with his American bum boy. That was what my dad told me. So, obviously, when I Googled Wallace Simpson and found out that the only thing that was controversial about her was she was a divorcee, not really factually accurate telling me she had a boyfriend. Yeah, Edward. Not really factually accurate telling me that he had an American boyfriend. It's just one of my dad's alternate histories. But 60% of what he tells me is grounded in reality. And when he told me, like, Pol Pot, French, all of the big communist ideologues, French, Frankfurt School even, not really German, bloody French. The frogs, it's always the French. They fuck up everything. Foucault and Derrida and all the postmodernist academics, all the people that have spawned this critical theory that tears down everything good in the world. And it really does tear down everything good in the world. It cultivates resentment, spite, hatred, hostility. everything good in the world. And the reason people get more sensible as they get older, which I keep telling people, fuck me, who thinks they get smarter as they get when they were young? Who the fuck in this entire chat room, anyone tell me, do you look back at your 15-year-old self and go, I tell you what, I wish I was as clever as I was when I was 15. I wish I was as reasonable, well-balanced, logical, sensible as when I was 15. I wish I knew as much as when I was 15, because now I'm 47, I know fuck all. Who does that? These young people know nothing. Yes, Ho Chi Minh. They all went to the fucking... What the famous university in Paris? All of these arseholes come out of France. And they spread this toxic ideology, and the BBC is riddled with it. Like 40k metaphor for Plague Marine, the stench of chaos is on the followers of the dark gods. The stench of communist rhetoric, postmodernism, and their nonsense, flowery fucking language, all the buzzwords they use. The stench of that despicable, society destroying, civilization destroying, fucking nonsense theory is all over the BBC. It reeks of it. The BBC is openly hostile to the UK. Openly hostile. You only have to look at the comment section on that one about the flag. In fact, I'll look that up because I didn't do it on the BBC Spews. Where's the flag? Union flag. Here we are. That one. The comments on this are exactly as detestable as you would expect from the BBC. This worthless, pointless drivel, right, where the government can constantly mock, pull down Emily Thornberry. Ooh, white van man with his England flag. Disgusting. They can pour scorn all over our culture, our heritage, our childhoods, our parents and our grandparents. All the things they stood for, they taught us, they cared about. The cricket and the tea parties and the village fetes and the car boot sales. They pour scorn and hatred and loathing on all of it. They hate it. They hate it. They're like, ugh, those working class northerners. Oh, they drink 12 pints sometimes. Oh my God, they make themselves sick. They don't sit on a picnic blanket of cashmere and drink Marks and Spencer Prosecco and grapes whilst flying an EU flag. Oh my God, they're savages. They're barbarians, the brutes. They hate us. They hate our culture, our way of life. They hate cups of tea, jammy Dodgers, and fish and chips. They fucking love brie and Prosecco and communism. They are mental. The BBC is detestable. In fact, let's have a look at some comments, right? So just to cover the story quickly, the government, because they never act patriotic and they never conserve anything. So what they've done is they've passed a shitty rule to say the UK government buildings can fly the flag, because if we let you fly the flag, right, the morons, because they do think we're morons, the morons that make up the Great Unwashed, the foul-smelling, pot-bellied savages that make up the Great Unwashed, we'll see them saying, fly the Union Jack, put the Union flag above a fucking Crown Court in Leeds, and all of the Great Unwashed will go, yay! Yeah, the government loves Britain. And then they can pass milquetoast, lefty, cringing laws like, let's have critical race theory everywhere, let's ban drawing cartoons of people we don't like, let's lock everybody in their fucking houses. Because look, you've got a flag. Look at the flag, moron. Look at the flag and tell yourself how much we like Britain. We like your disgusting culture, you northern fucking yobbo, yeah? While they're reading French academics' bollocks texts and fucking eating snails, yeah? They'll go, come along, pot-bellied fucking northern peasants, clap for the flag, that'll cheer you up. No, it won't cheer us up, because we're not thick as shit. The working class who've actually got a modicum of common sense. We don't get placated by endless leftist claptrap by simply putting a flag above the bastard Crown Court. What do you think? I'm an absolute moron. No wonder I'm in a bad mood all the time, because it's insulting. It's insulting. For you to think that putting a flag above a bastard police station or something, I don't know, a museum, if you think that a flag is going to make me think that the British government and the BBC and the Guardian and Channel 4 and Sky News and all of the radio stations, television studios, newspapers, civil service, the fucking civil service is full of them, and 80% of the Houses of Parliament aren't a bunch of detestable, whiny, honourless dogs that would sell their own mothers down the fucking river for some euros. Well, you really do have another thing coming. You think I'm an absolute moron, Boris. What a joke. And let's just have a look at some of the comments. Look, British and proud. Oh, look there. See, the BBC's like, let's pour scorn on this scum. These flag-waving thugs. Just nice old women and fucking kids who actually care about the country where the 20 generations of the family come from. They're not nasty people. They care about the country. And only in places subverted by these absolute worms do people think this is wrong. You don't see the Spanish worrying about flying the Spanish flag, or the French worrying about flying a French flag. And which of these empires, by the way, did more good, the French or the British? The French seriously fucked everywhere up. Read some history books. Yeah, the British have got a few things they shouldn't be proud of, but compared to the French and the Spanish, we've got a hell of a record. The fucking Spanish, they may as well have just ate everyone. The Spanish, they fucked South and Central America. Fucked it. Built nothing. Took everything. And you don't see the Spanish worrying about flying a Spanish flag. The Spanish fucked more countries than malaria. And you don't see them worrying about it. But we go, ooh, look at that horrible child with a flag. Pull the other one. Think I'm a moron. Come on, let's read some comments for fun. Go to America or Spain and that's seen as a sign of patriotism. Oh my God, look at this guy. Stuart Lee, racist and xenophobic. It isn't. It isn't. Blame the Brexiteers and the lockdown lovers for the division. Most of us just carry on. I mean, this is what we've got to work with. Blame the Brexiteers for the division. Really? So the people that wanted more autonomy for Britain, it's their fault there's division. But the people that love foreign countries more than their own, the self-loathing, hand-wringing, cringing cowards that despise everything about Great Britain, they're the ones that keep us united. How does that even work? It's cognitive dissonance on a colossal scale. It's 2 + 2 = 5. The voice of reason, the voice of shithead, the voice of clueless twat, the voice of fucking lunacy. Terry Fuckwit talks more sense than this guy. Yeah, the US and the EU do it. Even the EU. God, the EU. Don't start me. It's lunacy. Lunacy. Made in China. Cynicism, cringy. Oh dear, an obsession with the flags never ends well. Well, you like the EU flag? Knobhead. They're so fucking hypocritical. It stuns me. Really does my head in. So yeah, that's appalling, that story. They really do think we're a bunch of absolute morons. And as for this one, government forced to rely on BBC licence fee model. Just read this one. I'll read it to you. Don't worry. Let me have a bash. The government will be forced to rely on the current BBC TV licence fee model until 2038, a group of MPs has said. Repeating myself here. Seriously though, the BBC said it welcomed this thorough and detailed report. I bet they fucking did. I bet they did. Now, listen. The short version with this is very, very simple, right? Our leadership, our politicians, our scumbag weasel, couldn't lie straight in bed, can't believe their radio, up is down, left is right, sell their own mother to a Frenchman if they'll get a fucking box of gitans out of it. Scum that run this country. Whenever it suits them to change willy-nilly on a whim institutions, collapse institutions, get rid of military regiments. Oh, Marines and the Paras, get rid of them. Fuck it. They've only got fucking 400 years of history. It don't matter, get rid of them. We can get rid of that. Monarchy, fuck the monarchy. They've only been there 1,000 years. Get rid of them. Doesn't matter. Get rid of that. Oh, there's loads of laws to prevent you from locking free men and women in their own houses. Get rid of them. Change them. Oh, we've never had a Supreme Court ever. Fuck it, let's have one. Anything they deem worthy of change, they get rid of on a whim. Doesn't matter about the history, doesn't matter how long it's been there, doesn't matter what purpose it serves. They just go on a whim, fuck it, get rid of it. Don't give it any second thought, right? But apparently, because the government's dilly-dallied, we have to keep the BBC licence fee model until 2038. 2038. That's not a shot. It's not like we have to keep it until 2023. We have to keep it for fucking, what's that, 17 fucking years at a minimum. Oh, you just have to. You just have to. A report from the Common Select Committee, bribed or bought and paid for with BBC and Chinese gold, no doubt. We just can't do it. We just can't do it. We have to keep it. How long for? 17 years. What the fuck are you talking about? Are you pulling my pisser, you absolute maniacs? So just try and compute what I'm telling you. We can change anything we like. We're the masters of our own destinies. We can change the laws. Oh, what, you've had that law for 700 years? Change it. Oh, we've had that institution for 500 years? Change it. Oh, what, you can't get rid of you want to get rid of the BBC at some point in the next 17 years? Can't do it. What, you just can't? What, girls haven't had cocks for thousands of years, but they have now. Yeah, we just decided that. Just on a whim, yeah, just done it. Yeah, they have. All right, the Royal Marines has been an elite, heroic regiment that served this country with distinction for 400 fucking years. Just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. We don't need that anymore. Oh, yeah, but we can't get rid of the BBC. No, not allowed. Can't do it. Can we get rid of it in 2030? No. Got to keep it forever. Why? You just do. You just do. You just do. What? Anyone give me a reason why? Anyone talk sense to me? So someone educate me and tell me why. What logical, someone who knows more about civics and legalese and all of the important things that some educated Oxbridge lawyer could tell me. Somebody in the chat, you tell me a good reason why we are being forced to rely on the current model until 2038. Does anybody know? Anybody? Kate, have you got one? Or are you talking to somebody else? I want to know. All the laws that we've had that they've overturned in the last 12 months, the emergency powers that they've passed on a fucking whim. And you listen to clever, educated historians like David Starkey, and they say you do not change laws on a whim. You have to be very, very, very careful when you change things. Anything. Because we're only one generation away from a tyranny. That's a fact. All the old adages are true. So you have to be very, very, very careful. And that's why Tony Blair fucked everything up. Because Tony Blair was basically like a postmodernist. If you think it is so, it can be so. Life is what you make of it. Your destination is what you want of it. Just change it. Change it. And then we get told, no, we can't change the fucking licence fee. They've changed every single law. They've basically made laws so that you have to have papers to leave your house. Free English men and women can't go where they want. Law-abiding Englishmen who've paid the taxes for 40 years, fought in a war, never been so much as given a caution, not allowed to go where they want, when they want. Because these worms changed the laws on a whim. On a whim. Fuck it, change the laws. That law's been there for 1,000 years. Get rid of it. But when it fucking suits them and they don't want the BBC to go anywhere, well, we just have to keep it till 2038. Fuck off. Tell me a good reason why we have to keep it till 2038. I'm going to stop ranting anyway. I'm going to read the comments. I want someone to give me a good explanation. Let's have a look. Because 2038 is when the World Communist Propaganda Channel starts. Solid number. John H, it's a nice round number. Yes, it is. 17 years, Gary Lineker might be able to buy his own crisps. Possibly. A smile a day. Life isn't real. We're players in their game. This is true. Because the Guardian will murder any government that touches their precious propaganda machine. Probably. Like fucking Gollum. Boris is like Gollum with the BBC. And the BBC's the ring. For mind control. Yes, good for you, Slip. Don't pay the licence fee. Don't pay the licence fee. Vested interest in the only reason. Yeah, it's the only reason. They've bribed them politicians. Belfield today, will it be tomorrow? Yeah, exactly. Love him or hate him. Well, like I said, I shared Alex Belfield's video. Love him or hate him, I don't particularly like the bloke. I think he's a bit charmless, smug, he's sort of annoying. But fucking hell, the guy's entitled to his opinion. He's entitled to his opinion. Shit, I stick up for Owen fucking Jones. Owen Jones is allowed his misinformed, ignorant, stupid, demonstrably wrong opinion. He's allowed it. As long as I'm allowed mine. But they are only happy with the first half of that sentence. I fucking told you guys before, I defended Abu Hamza. Because they make themselves look terrible. When they were picketing funerals, hey up Shams, nice to see you again. When they were picketing funerals in Wootton Bassett, I was telling them, fucking, of course they're allowed to protest. They're allowed to protest, and I'm allowed to tell them that I think they are arseholes. That's how the system works. It's a good system. It's a good system. Support everybody's right to do things you disagree with. But again, like I keep saying, why is it only the Conservatives and the Libertarians who do it? The left always say, oh yes, like I said, to quote Voltaire, I'll always defend to the death the right to say it. They don't. They censor, they silence, they cancel, they fire, they ruin your fucking life if they can. And I'm not advocating that, and I never will. Owen Jones can speak all he wants. Owen Jones should have a YouTube channel. Afua Hirsch should have a YouTube channel. Laurie fucking Penny can talk absolute, unmitigated, head full of cow shit, up is down, left is right, IQ of a pull-along duck, shit, all day long, good for her. As long as I'm allowed to say the counterpoint, which is, holy shit, that woman is Terry Fuckwit's long-lost sister. It's unbelievable the world we're living in. Silicon Valley's shocking. You're allowed an opinion unless we disagree with you. Then you're not allowed an opinion. It's fucking nonsense. The BBC is a tumour on the bollocks of humanity. They should treat it as a hostile actor. The BBC, seriously, like a joke, the SAS should give ISIS a month off and go deal with the fucking BBC for a bit. Start on the top floor, Chinook, drop you off on the top floor, lads, and work your fucking way through it. Because that fucking organisation is a canker. It is shit. Everything they say is hostile to common sense, to freedom, to democracy, to logic, to reason, to sound, clear thinking, open, happy children, which existed in the 80s and the 90s when I grew up. When nobody cared where you were from, they just cared that you had something in common. And that thing you had in common was uniting around the moniker of British. And we all played together in the school. Like I said, the working classes that these champagne socialist, communist fuckers take the piss out of, we are the ones that integrated the migrants. It was us. They didn't drop 10,000 Pakistanis off in Islington. They sent them to Middlesbrough. They sent them to fucking Leeds. They sent them to shit northern towns. They went, ditch them there. We went to school with them. We played cricket with them. We hung out with them and we fucking sang carols with them at hymn practice. It wasn't you, Guardian, fucking champagne socialist snakes. It was us. And now you have the gall from your entirely white neighbourhoods where every single person in every house is a middle-class white arsehole. You have the gall to sit there and say, the working class are all racist. You don't live anywhere near them. You don't see these people. You don't like these people. You're a liar. We took them under our wings. We taught the kids how to speak English, and we showed them what it meant to be British. We don't care what you look like. We care about your ideology. We care about what's in here, and we care about what's in here. You worms talk down about the best people, the backbone of the country, the bread and butter of what made Britain Britain. The people that won 2 world wars. Do you think it was all middle-class soy boys fighting in Saint-Nazaire and Dieppe and Salerno? No. It was working-class shitbags like me that are stupid enough to join the Royal Marines in our youth because we care about something and we're passionate about something and we're patriotic and we love our country and we think we're doing something decent for it. And the scum that work at the BBC and the Guardian look down on people like me. It is laughable. And I'm aware I'm angry enough now. I've gone completely away from the humour. But seriously, it is laughable. You have to be a fucking maniac to believe anything they tell you. Owen Jones, Keir Starmer, Diane Abbott, these people are not fit to lick my boots. They've never done a day's service for anyone. Why do politicians get into politics? Public servants, they serve themselves. They serve themselves. Their expenses account shows you that they serve themselves. Me, I've had a lot of expenses accounts in my working career. You know what? I never claim anything. My last gig, I was a pretty high up manager at an aerospace company. They would have paid all my expenses for everything, and I never did because I've always thought of myself as a man that likes to stand up on my own 2 feet and take care of business. And whenever they said, oh yeah, you took a client out for dinner, Matty, you just put the receipt in, I was like, no, you're all right. I get paid a really good salary. That can pay for little shitty expenses that I don't care about. Plus, I always have a few too many pints that you're probably not supposed to claim for. So fuck it, I won't claim for anything. I pay my own way. Politicians serve themselves. These public servants. Philip, what was he called? Philip Rutman or Rutland, that twat who sued Priti Patel. He's got a massive salary. He's had a massive salary for decades. He's got a nailed on, probably a pension worth £1 million. And he is sucking off the public tit. He's taking money. But remember that the government doesn't have any money. Not a single zero. That is how much money the government has. Zero. Every single penny they have comes from the taxpayers. You, me, bricklayers, plumbers, welders, bus drivers, nurses, teachers. Those fuckers pay their taxes. That's where the government gets its money from. So when Philip Rutnam or fucking Diane Abbott is spending $100,000 a year on Mars bars and fucking laptop computers, the bricklayers are paying for them. Our MPs serve themselves. They serve themselves and nobody else. The working class public servants serve the public. But the fucking worms that run the country and the 6-figure salaried, self-loathing, anti-British, anti-working class, hateful communists that work at the likes of Channel 4 and fucking Sky News and the BBC are not fit to lace your boots. Believe it. Anyone in the chat who's reading this, who feels down in the dumps sometimes, but you work for a living, you get out of bed 5 days a week to go and put a bit of graft in, even if it's a minimum wage job, even if you work in fucking Subway, there's nothing to be ashamed of. Nothing. I've been lucky in my life and I've never had to do a really, really hard job. They're the people that deserve some respect, not Sir Keir Starmer. People who get up every day, pull their shoes and socks on and do some fucking work. Bus drivers. They're people who pay for the country. Their income taxes keeps Keir Starmer in fucking expensive champagne. It is totally arse backwards. The ideology preached by these lefty arseholes is arse backwards. We keep the country moving. We turn the cogs of industry. Our politicians and the elites that live in London and work for the BBC and the Guardian are not fit to lick your toenails. Believe it. Believe in yourselves. And I'll end on a slightly more optimistic note and try and drag myself back to humour after reading that fucking story, which filled me with rage. It boiled my piss in the bag. It's seriously, if I wasn't in my own house, I would have flipped the table and smashed the screen with my head. They don't get to talk down to you, working class listeners. They don't get to talk down to us. We are better than them. They think they're better. Remember when Anna Kasparian did that famous, I am better than you. No, you're a champagne socialist. You're not better than me. You're not. Working class people that pull their shoes and socks on and go to do a job they don't particularly like to pay your wages when you're a fucking MP or a BBC arsehole. They're the people that are your betters. They work harder, they care more, they carry the can, they take the immigrants under their wing. They're the ones who do all the heavy lifting while you sit on your fat ass writing shite that's not even original or humorous. It's not original, it's recycled postmodernist claptrap with deliberately obscure language because they're a massive bunch of choppers and they know we are their betters. The BBC, please reduce it to fucking rubble. Boris, repurpose the fucking migrant camp bulldozers from the French, lend them for a week and take them to Broadcasting House. Carl, you're all right. You can be late, Carl. You're a good egg. Dangling Dave, currently unemployed but desperate to find a job, mate. I'm sorry to hear it. I'm not in a position to employ people at the time, at this moment in time. You'll find something though, and I always tell people, doing anything is better than doing nothing. It's fucked. So that really did rage me today. I will have repeated myself a little bit there because the BBC Spews, I did mention this story because it just drove me into a fury. I'm stunned that we put up with some of this stuff, and it doesn't bode well for the future. You think I'm mad now? What am I going to be like in 5 years' time? And by extension, the general public, right? Because normal working class people like me are basically the type of people that the elite should be listening to, because we are the 99%, not the BBC. Like I said, they've somehow convinced Boris that 85% of the country reads the fucking Guardian. It's lunacy. 90% of the country, most Labour voters, especially from up north, aren't communists or postmodernist fucking academics. They're just misguided and think the Labour Party still represents the working class. It doesn't. It doesn't. The Conservatives, the lesser of two evils, but they're just blue Labour at this point. We need a common sense, centrist, welcoming British party that cares about Britain and British values and liberalism. And nobody in the House of Commons fucking gets it. Well, maybe about 5 or 6 of them. It's shocking. Anyway, fucking hell. I was raged there. My throat's sore now from going mental. But shocking, aren't they? Yeah, well, see, PB Awake, that's exactly the type of shit I do. Claim fuck all. Always do with it. Like Boxer in Animal Farm. Because you're proud. You look in the mirror and you think, I should be proud of myself today. I should work hard. I should always pull my weight. I never want to be the weak link. And it's counterproductive in a way. In my old age, sometimes I think sucking it up is the worst thing you can do. But I'm too old to change in my ways now. So I always suck it up when I'm diligent. I do it. I just do it. But you definitely stitch yourself up sometimes. When there's some fucker who's doing less work than the ship's cat and you're constantly carrying the can for the twat, probably totally, you're just not looking out for yourself, are you? We do, Kevin. We need a Trumpy. We need an orange god. I don't care what colour he is. He can even be orange. I was thinking more though from background. Like I said, if someone like fucking Sajid Javid was 3 steps right and was an actual British patriot, then he'll do the job. I don't care. I don't care about anything other than ideology. And we need a patriotic, centrist, free market, proper capitalist who cares about Britain, cares about British culture, loves Britain, what she used to be, and considers it a good thing that we all have this unifying culture and background and history to get behind. So yeah, fuck the BBC. I'm in a rage with that. And yeah, I guess I'll call it there. Have I got anything else interesting to talk about? Oh, yeah. I was going to talk about this. Do you think, after being apoplectic with rage for 30 minutes, that I have it within me to talk reasonably and sensibly about rank censorship and bending over backwards for one of the most intolerant and aggressive groups in the United Kingdom? I'm sorry to say, folks, it's not in me. Strength of mind is a Royal Marine trait, but it's even got me beat. Andy McNabb wouldn't try and tackle this fucker. It will spell the end of my YouTube career in an instant. That's how I feel about that. I don't think I need to talk about it, do you? So let's call it. As always, everybody, thanks for watching. I have done the BBC Spews. It'll go out on Sunday. Have a look at Ko-Fi or Subscribestar if you're a generous bugger. And if you are, don't worry about it. Like I said, I'm used to it. I'm from up north. I used to drink with a lot of Scottish people. I'm used to it. It's fine. Thanks for watching. Check out the BBC Spews on Sunday. It's going to go out at noon. And I'm going to piss off and try and do something a little bit more pleasurable than reading the BBC. All right. Thanks, everyone. Always appreciate it.